Different strokes for different folks.
So in the past few months, we've been looking largely at Bitcoin, right? Because all of us were slightly concerned about the price. We know that our followers are also, if you bought Bitcoin at a high, you'd be highly stressed about it. But now that we see it's starting to consolidate and it's going higher than before, right? So it broke 7K, it stayed above 7K. So now we can start looking at previous projects that we felt were strong, and that now that we have a stable base to work with, we can start looking at investing into them again. So one of those that we're looking at now is Bitcoin Cash. So for those of you who don't know, it was a fork of Bitcoin. It has larger block sizes, faster transaction times. And on 1st September, they conducted a test. They did about 2.1 million transactions, and there was no surge in fees, right? You explain to them a bit more what these fees are and why this is so amazing.
Well, it all depends on, okay, so basically any transactions that you send through, you have to pay a certain fee, right? So if you send Bitcoin, it's called transaction fee, where you send Ether, it's called gas fee, right? So basically the fees are for miners to kind of authenticate your transactions. Just take it as that, simply. And therefore, when it's being put to the test for Bitcoin Cash, when 2.1 million of transactions flow through, they wanted to test whether there would be an increase in fees, because more transactions go through, actually miners require more fees to actually prioritize which transaction to go through first. Alright, so that is supposed to push up the price because there's more transaction coming in. So it's like a demand and supply kind of issue here. With more demand coming in terms of transaction needed, there's more fees that are required because there's so much demand coming in for miners to authenticate. So that is the reason why this is about the fees.
Yeah, so when Bitcoin underwent heavy transactions, the fees went up quite a bit, right? About what, $13? And it takes a really long time because there are so many to do. So let's put it in comparison. So within a Bitcoin block, the transactions were about 1,000 to 1,005. For Bitcoin Cash, it could end up to 14,000. Even went up to about what, 25,000 based on some sources. Yeah, so this is what, 25 times higher than what Bitcoin can do without any increase in fees. So I mean, this makes it ideal for day-to-day transactions. It makes it better for merchants to use. But at the same time, we have to ask, is it actually enough to just be faster? Because there are other alternatives, right, for fast transactions, cheap transactions.
I mean, fast TPS is something that's very, very common. And I mean, Litecoin, Dogecoin, even maybe Zilliqa, they're all trying to kind of replicate. Or Ripple. But they're all trying to do the same thing, right? Fast transaction, fast TPS. That has been the focus for the last quarter or so. But right now, we're seeing how the market has shifted. And as transactions pick up, which token will then be the one that be fast TPS and stable?
So now we're seeing whether Bitcoin Cash is just another crypto that's trying to borrow the original name to get prominence, or will it actually last into actual use case in the near future? Right?
Well, we'll see.
So the next one we have Venezuela. So I think everyone has heard of the petrol coin and some of the weird things the government has been doing, like pegging certain stuff to certain cryptocurrencies. Just saying. So it may not exactly be the most successful crypto project, especially since it didn't raise as much as it should have, despite being a government-backed project, right? But we do see Venezuela as a place good to study the effects of cryptocurrency in the market, right? Because when we look at ourselves, when we look at first world countries, second world countries, we are looking at investment. We are looking to make money from trading. We're looking to increase the value, right? But for day-to-day usage, it's always good to look at countries that have a very unstable or even poorly performing national currency.
Like it's tough for them to be exposed to modern banking. So therefore they need to find an alternative to even transact, right?
So based on some sources online, they interviewed some people from Venezuela. They said it's a rush because once you get your money, you need to find out where you can spend it, and you have to reach there before the value depreciates. And that is quite sad. Normally we thought it's a problem that only crypto traders face. Right. So down there, they've said that Dash is actually pretty popular. So, Dash is the short form for digital cash, and it is famous for its masternode. So, you want to tell them a bit more about masternodes?
Well, I mean, it's one of the first few masternode idea. In fact, Dash was one of the first few. When I first came in 2016, Dash was already kind of around. So it went through, and Dash with Monero was really big back then. Okay, there was a lot of price inflation. Monero. So it was quite a big hoo-ha about that. But basically, masternode idea is basically you kind of secure a network by being a masternode, right? So it's similar to kind of staking concept, but to me, it's kind of a mixture between proof of work and proof of stake kind of model. Basically, you being a masternode, you secure the network, you strengthen the network by being one of the approver in that sense. So every transactions go through you as a masternode, and therefore transactions are kind of approved by you. You're much like a miner, but the good thing is like staking model, you get rewards instead for every transaction or more transactions that go through you. You become the node itself. So that's the unique part.
Well, okay, so unlike proof of stake, you actually do need to have a minimum amount up there, right? So for Dash, the minimum amount is 1,000 Dash, and currently it's about 200,000 USD, which is a pretty big sum. But in exchange, you do get about 1,200 worth of USD per month from being a masternode, which is about what, 5.5 Dash around there.
Of course, that also depends on Dash price.
It depends on Dash price,
right.
But if let's say you're looking to pool with a couple of friends, I mean, it could still be a decent amount, right? Because if you convert it overseas, it can be enough for a month.
Substantial,
Yeah, and it's also coming at a pretty good time, right? When Venezuela has removed the ban on crypto mining, everyone has like mining rigs at home, and it's not uncommon for you to be running these kind of stuff for other cryptocurrencies besides the petrol token. So, I mean, combination of new technology with the right timing, I mean, that could really take off in Venezuela, especially with their community management, right? So, some of the funds go towards the community to let them dictate how the governance should be. And if they are focusing heavily on projects in Venezuela and adoption in Venezuela, I mean, Dash could really take off now, right? It could be a new wave of people coming into the cryptocurrency.
Well, and I think the good news now is we really need to start looking at tokens that has been around for the last 2-3 years. You look at how Ethereum Classic is picked up today by about 6%, things like that. It's not substantial in crypto space per se, but you know, what we're trying to say here is that you start seeing projects that has been going on for a while, starting to appreciate so much more, even Neo itself or even Dash. I think that's something you should, all of us should be focusing on as well.
If you want to stay updated with the latest blockchain and cryptocurrency news, do catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 AM Eastern Standard Time or 8 PM Singapore Standard Time. Consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to click on the notification bell. We'll see you in the next episode.